Hi guys, Jason from JVA Carpy Adventures, and you join me yet again at Farlows Lake 1 in Iver. So before I go any further, let's just roll that intro. Hi guys, so like I said, I'm at Farlows on Lake 1. I did actually intend to go to Lake 2 today guys, because I did Lake 1 back in November, had my very first fish at Farlows. I thought let me try the camera on Lake 2. So that's Stealth Cam UK Fusion Cam. I'm going to be using it again today guys, so really worth staying tuned. Fingers crossed I can get onto them fish again and hopefully get some good footage for you. So where have I chosen to go? Well, as always, I went and asked the advice of the bailiffs, and they actually said swim 32 is not a bad shout. Obviously when I got here guys, it's pitch black. It's lightened up now. Obviously I've lugged all my gear around to swim, gone back to the ticket and got a ticket, so it takes a bit of time. So yeah, fortunately it's lightened up now, but they've said this isn't a bad place for fish. So I do tend to listen to the bailiff's advice when I don't know a lake, basically. So that's it. So I am on swim 32. It is one of the longest walks from where you can park your car, but I'm fortunate enough to have the old power barrow with me. The Alt Technologies battery's been sitting there. It's still at 100%. Fantastic battery. And using the barrow just makes it so much easier, guys. I'll show you a little clip here. All right, guys. Well, here's one of the benefits of having a power barrow. One-handed operation when you've got a long walk. Decided to go for peg 32 on Farlows Lake 1 this weekend, guys. Wish me luck. I really do love this power barrow, guys. Just makes all this so easy when you've got a long way to go and loads of gear. And I'm only doing 24 hours this weekend, but still got all the gear, ain't ya? And still got to lug it through little pathways that are muddy and wet. As always guys, I prefer just to do two smaller trips. Just makes more sense to me. I'm not, 200 miles away from the car or anything, so if the barrow's going to be doing all the power work for me, just makes more sense to me do two smaller trips, I'd say. I say not little, but two smaller trips, and then that's it, I'm done. Beauty of a power barrow. As always, I haven't charged my Alt Technologies battery, and yet get to it today and it's all fully charged and ready to go. Here I am. Clip here, just me getting to the swim. Like I said, it is a bit of a walk from the thing, little pathway and all the rest, but having the power barrow makes a massive difference, guys. I mean, I am hot and I am sweaty, but I'd be a lot more if I didn't have the power barrow. That's just me being unfit, guys. So obviously I'm at the swim, and as you can see there, I haven't got anything set up, and here's a swim behind me, and literally there is nothing done. So I'm going to get set up, guys. Keep watching the water. I might actually just ping the rods out whilst I'm getting set up. Be rude not to. They have given me some guidelines. There is a pylon in front of me, and the guide did say 11 wraps out. So, that'd be a good place to start, I would imagine. And then lead about in front of me. There's meant to be a nice solid area that people have had fish off. So I've got a couple spots to go at, to be fair. Now, I wasn't intending on doing a lot of baiting this week, I'll be honest guys. I've kind of switched back to my old style of fishing where I generally have two solid PVA bags, but let me get set up and I'll get into that later with you guys. But I'm only here for 24 hours, so I don't know. I wanted to avoid yesterday's storm and all the rest. I did have the day booked off, but I cancelled it. So I've kind of just come for 24 hours, but I think it's going to be all right. I apologise for the noise. I am got the M25 directly behind me, so it's not going to be quiet, but I'll probably end up putting noise cancellation on the mic later, so it should help it a little bit better. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I think this could be a good one. I haven't seen any fish yet, but I think it could be a good one, guys. If only for some really good footage on the winch cam. I mean, that Fusion by Stealth Cam UK is amazing, guys, but hopefully you'll see a bit of that footage later. Alright guys, just a quick little update. So obviously I've gone into peg 32 on Lake 1, which means I'm right at the end of a spit. Got a nice bit of water to myself, to be honest guys. It's really not a bad swim, but so obviously when I got here, first thing I did was just throw the rods out, pub chuck all 3 of them whilst I get set up. So I won't bother showing you where they are guys, but I do want to show you that I'm just about to start investigating the water with the deeper and the Fusion Stealth Cam. But there has been a bit of a change to my setup. So on that last trip, I did notice that the front cam on the Fusion kit could move. You know, it fitted in the hole nicely, but there was a little bit of movement. So I fed that back to Steve at Stealth Cams. And Steve being Steve wants to give the absolute best product he can, and he's redevised the front mount for the front cam. And I can tell you guys, this is like literally you could lift a boat up by it practically, it's that strong. So he's redesigned that, and instead of it going into the slot there or the hole here, it can just go onto the bar and it's rock steady. Absolutely no chance of that ever coming off. So really happy with that. Great service from Stealth Cam UK as always, and thanks to Steve for getting that sorted for me. So if you've got an ND2 bait boat guys and you've got a front cam, it's going to come like that now. Really happy with it. Obviously going to be going in France later on in the year, so that's going to be totally invaluable. But there is one more addition guys. So it's a bit hard to show you where I am now, but on my last visit here in November, I did notice there was a bit of rotation as you put the cam down. It stops, but you do get a bit of rotation. So there's a guy on Stealth Cam UK Facebook page called Steve Bowen. I'm going to put the links below, and he does these fins that go onto the camera. Now obviously you're not going to see it from here, it's down there, so I'm going to lift the boat up and show you guys, because it's a quality bit of kit and he doesn't charge a lot of money guys. So I'm going to put the link in there. I think if you've got one of these Fusion Stealth Cams, either the Fusion or the Fusion X, you should definitely be getting one of these anti-spins off of him. They're not a lot of money and really worthwhile. So let me just try and get this in a position where I can show you it. I might even be able to get it from this side guys. I think there's a bit more room in here. There you go, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Obviously he's been a real gent and done it for me in purple to match the rest of my setup. But there you go guys. Anti-spin device fin. Anti-spin fin guys, in whatever colour you choose. He is doing other little bits and bobs now, so please go and check him out on the Facebook page. If you message him, he'd be more than happy to help, and it is a real good piece of kit really guys. And just to let you know also, these ones have been modified, meaning that they take the new Fusion winch cams that come with depth and temperature sensors now, and Luke has modified these to accommodate that. So great bit of kit guys. I need to get all this out and start investigating the water. Check back with you later. Alright guys, so when I was editing that video on my last visit here, I realised I never actually showed you guys the clarity of the water here. So obviously here's the bank, so it's only what's in close to me, but I will show you it because it is pretty fantastic clarity here guys. So clear, just crystal clear water, which obviously makes it perfect for using the Fusion in crystal clear water like this. Alright guys, I'm going to get out and start doing some investigations, see if I can find some spot and maybe even find some fish. Alright guys, so I do apologise for the fact you're looking at a recording of a screen rather than the screen. I may see what the footage is like from the screen and actually show you that, but it's low resolution that you get recorded on the monitor, I'm afraid. So I'm literally using my action cam, but this spot is beautiful. I mean, it's as good as you're going to get. It's a clear spot right next to weed. If I pull it up, you'll see the weed coming in there on the right hand side, and it literally is a massive clear spot. I'll be honest, I'd have no problems presenting anywhere along there. Like the guy said to me, it's 11.5 wraps out towards the pylon, and he's absolutely spot on, wrapped up, got out there, and it's just a massive clear spot, guys. You know, so I don't know whether I have one or two over there. I'll be honest, it's that much of a good clear spot. See what happens. It might be a case of I put a bit of bait down as well, guys. I know last time putting a lot of bait didn't do me any good here, but I've got a feeling they've polished this area off, so they're kind of used to having a bit of bait over here for sure. I mean, you know, this is all in amongst weed, and it just looks great. I know it probably look better later on in the day, guys, when there's more daylight. Obviously there's not a lot of light down there, but I'm really happy with that spot. As you can see, guys, it is absolutely huge. You know, if I cast out 11.5 wraps out there, it's going to be dead bang in there and look fantastic. So yeah, no, happy days. One spot found. Let's find some more. Alright guys, sorry, I've just moved inside just to try and give you a little bit of a better picture. Again, as I keep saying, I am actually recording on the little action cam another monitor, so the picture is not as good as what I am seeing, and I can crystal clear see how beautiful that bottom is there, to be fair. So I'm going to zoom up and show you that it's kind of in amongst a weedy area, but that particular part is lovely and clear, and I think I'm going to save that on the ode. Go down a little bit, make sure I am in the right area. I do kind of want to be just on the edge of the weed, if I'm honest, guys, so that's literally where I am. So I'm going to save that as a spot on the bait boat, which will be spot B. I might come in a bit more just in case the rig drops on the weed, which I'd rather it didn't. So let's see if I can maybe turn it the right direction and go a bit more forward. That's the only problem, you don't know the orientation of the camera, but that looks good enough for me. So let's go down. Oh no, a little bit close to the weed there, so I probably will move the boat slightly before I save that spot, guys. Oh yeah, I can see the boat's moved quite a bit actually, so I think I want to go back this way to go onto a clearer area, if I'm correct, and I am. So look at that, guys. So I will stop the boat there, go to spot B, save it, and I've now got spot B saved. And as you can see, if I again go down with the camera, this is just pure smooth area. I mean, it doesn't get smoother or better than that, guys. So that's definitely going to be spot B, and it's literally right out in front of me, so I'm happy with that. And I've been told there's another area directly in front of me, so I'm going to move it over, guys, and see where we're getting on that. So let's put that camera up a bit. Don't want to move around with the camera down. Looking at the old deeper as well at the same time, guys. And now I'm going to just drive it into an area, I believe. Obviously, whilst I've got the camera partly down, I'm praying I might see some fish at some point. I haven't seen any so far, guys. Obviously, I was very lucky here the last time I was here. Got to see loads of fish. It was super exciting, I've got to be honest. But that's quite a lovely clear area there, guys. You can obviously see the sun shining all the way through to the bottom there. It's not actually that bad. Might bring it towards me just a little bit, see what it's saying. But I mean, it's a beautiful clear area, to be fair. guys, anywhere there. I've not seen any fish, but the area is super clear. Definitely wouldn't have any concerns about presenting on any of that. I'll take you down. I mean, that might be a spot that I'll save. I mean, it's just beautifully clear, guys. It'd be nice if I can spot a slightly deeper hole or something that maybe the carp have made. So I'm kind of jointly looking at the monitor as well as looking at the deeper, just to see if there's any slightly deeper areas. So you're kind of trying to look at both at the same time, guys. Bit of a nightmare, I'll be honest. Where's it saying I'm 3 foot? So bit of a nightmare, but let's have a little look about. It's looking alright so far, I've got to be honest. Again, no fish so far that I've seen, but it's certainly a good presentable area. And again, the last 2 spots have both been close to weed beds, so that's a bit more preferential, to be fair. So I'm going to bring it into me, because I also want to investigate the margins by me, guys. You know, never ignore those margins. To be honest, it's quite clear most of the way to me, guys, if I'm honest. I mean, this is literally my right hand margin here. Obviously I can come in a bit more, there's a tree next to me. Starting to shallow up a little bit. You can see the water's getting lighter, or the picture's getting lighter in colour, so you know it's getting a little bit shorter, less distance from the surface. Oh, that's a nice clear spot there, isn't it? That's right in my margin, guys. That's literally 7 foot of water, I believe, and I'm halfway down at the minute, but that's a lovely clear spot. Bring the camera up a bit more, so I'm only 2 foot down. It helps if you can see the wider picture, guys. It gives you a better idea, I think, anyway. I mean, this is literally right in the bank now. Oh, look at that lovely bit of weed. That's a nice bit of weed there, isn't it, guys? Look at that. That's how clear the picture is, guys. Unfortunately, as I keep saying, you're not looking at what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the monitor, and the monitor is crazy clear. Literally, that is so crystal clear. That's spot A. It looks like I found spots A, B and C, guys. Live on camera. Look at that, right next to the weed that is, guys. That's a cracking spot. That'll do me. So I think it's probably about time I end up getting all 3 rods in and then putting them back out onto these spots, because I am happy with that, guys. I found 3 spots now using the Fusion that I'm very, very happy with. Alright guys, so just about to drop my first PVA bag. It has scopex squid in there and probably about 10 boilies, so I am literally right on the edge, as you can see here, where you've got weed, and I'm just about right in front of the weed, which is pretty much where I want to be, if I'm honest, guys. So I'm happy enough with that. I think we should do a drop there, and fingers crossed should all be okay. Oh, there goes the PVA bag, crashing down in the clear spot, followed with some boilies. Follow that down a bit. Typical, I moved the boat when I shouldn't have. My bad, guys. Alright guys, so I've now gone out to spot B, which is actually going to be a white pop-up. As you can see, directly underneath the boat at the minute, I have got weed, so that's not where I want to drop it. So the camera allows me to fine-tune exactly where I want to drop it now. I do know there's a clear area, and you can see it just to the left of the camera now. So I'll have the camera down a little, and then I'll move the boat accordingly, then I will let go. So I think I want to come a bit closer to me on the boat, so let's just do that and drive forward, and I'm hoping that'll put me into a clearer area. Oh look, it just happens to clear up. There you go, guys. That's, oh look, looks like that might be bait down there. I hope it's not. Let's have a little look. I would definitely say that. Oh no, that's not. Okay, that's cool. I thought it might have been bait down there. So I'm still in amongst the weed there, but it wouldn't be a bad place. But I think I'm going to find a little bit clearer spot just before I drop it, guys. I know it's around there and it won't be that hard to find, I don't think. So I'm pretty certain if I take the boat a bit more forward, I'm going to come into a clearer area, and there we go. That's where I want to be, guys. Look at that. That is beautiful. So I'm going to resave that spot on the boat. Spot B, resaved. I'm happy with that. I'll drop the camera down a little bit and you should see the rig drop down there any second now, guys. It's going to be a white pop-up, small little mesh bag. Oh, there it goes, flying down. Let's zoom down. Now this is alright, guys, so this is my very last rod. It is a double pop-up corn in a solid PVA bag. It looks like I'm on the spot. I can see weed just my power's about to go on the monitor, it seems, guys. Oh, that's not good. So my very last spot, guys, I have got weed just to the right of the spot. It's looking good. It's going to be a solid PVA bag with double pop-up corn. Let's drop it down now and hopefully it'll be in shot and on the clear spot. There it goes, in the clear spot. Right, I'm going to sink my line first, guys. There's some boilies coming down with it. Once I've sunk my line, then I'll probably try and zoom down a little bit if it's possible. Alright, guys, so that is the last one down. Oh yeah, still nicely over the spot. You can see the PVA bag looks like it exploded. Let's see if we can get down a little bit closer to it. Just right at the very top of the screen now. I do know yet I could move. You can see the white, well, they're not white boilies actually, they're yellow. Oh, it's just out of shot. Afternoon, guys, so it is 12 or 1:15 Saturday afternoon. Look at that scenery, absolutely beautiful, guys. So I'm gonna have to zoom in twice on this. Unfortunately, it's not as close as I'd really like to have it, but it's as close as I'm gonna get. So these islands in front of me, guys, I'm going to start with the main, so the first island in front of me. I've got one rod just off to the right of that. I'm going to show you on the map, it'd be easier actually, guys. So I've gone to spots A, B and C. Spot A is a 12mm scope squid wafter with a few boilies with it. Spot B is a white, trying to think what flavour it is, guys. I know it's a white pop-up. It's a white, well, it's kind of a white. It's an off-white tiger nut maple pop-up, guys. And then the last one, which is actually where you can see that pylon there. I was told 11.5 wraps out, so I got the wrapping sticks out, wrapped it up, put it out there, and that's a double pop-up corn with some Carp Basics spiced corn boilie and boilie crumb over it, guys. I won it in a competition, so it'd be rude not to use it. And I do believe my last visit here I caught on the double pop-up corn. I was trying to remember what it was, and I think it was a double pop-up corn in a solid PVA bag. So that's where we are for Saturday afternoon. Looking very beautiful. Sun's come out, bivvy's there, boat's there. Don't need to be that zoomed in, do I, guys? So let's zoom back out. Yep, so I'm all set up here, right, very end swim. It's a duck. I thought there was a carp there for a second. So that's your little afternoon update, guys. I'll try and give you an update again later. Obviously, I'm hoping I would have shown you a bit of footage of the rigs going out using the Fusion. It really does help make a difference. It's allowed me to basically put each rig just on the edge of weed on a clear spot. So very happy with that, guys. Fingers crossed. I probably won't move them this evening, if I'm honest. I don't see any reason to. If I'm happy with those spots, I'm only here for 24 hours, so let's leave them in play until I get a fish, or I leave tomorrow morning. Give you an update in the evening, guys, just to let you know if I've seen anything or not. So far, I will be honest, I haven't seen anything on the old winch cam, not as lucky as I was last time, and I haven't seen anything with watercraft either. Now, the guy in 31, I believe, he did say he has seen them in the margins over his side, nothing over my side. I did look in the margins here, but that's okay. I'm happy enough with those spots. I'm happy enough to leave the rods in play. Let's see what happens, guys. Fingers crossed. Alright guys, well, it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. I just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update before I get in my bag to stay warm. So obviously you saw where I put the rods out earlier. I haven't bothered moving them, guys. I haven't seen anything to go out whatsoever, so there's no point in moving them, so I haven't done. It is pretty chilly here, I've got to be honest, so I think I'm going to end up getting in a sleeping bag just to stay nice and warm. I have got the door mostly up, which I don't normally like having up at all. I kind of got it letterbox style with it velcroed at the top, and I can just rip that open if I need to get out. So yeah, fingers crossed I can get one during the night. Would be really nice. And when I do, because that's how confident I am, lads, when I do, I will obviously video it. If not, then I'll give you an update in the morning, guys. Thanks for watching. Evening, guys. So as you can tell, there's a bit of a smile on my face right now. So I have actually got a bit of an update for you. So about 11 o'clock Saturday evening, my middle rod went off. I was actually asleep, and I ended up with a beautiful 27-pound mirror off of my middle rod, which was a white tiger nut pop-up off a spot where I used the Fusion cam earlier to find a clear spot in amongst weed, and I was able to present on the clear spot, and it's done it for me again. I've got to say, so impressed with the Fusion from Stealth Cam UK, so impressed with the service I've had from Steve also. As you might have seen in the video earlier, after my last trip here, I did mention to Steve that the front cam had the ability, if it hit anything, like a low branch, because obviously I used the front cam to be going into snaggy areas, it had the ability to move slightly. So he's revamped the bracket for the ND2, and now I can tell you it's absolutely rock solid. Didn't need it on this trip, but I did test it out, and well, yeah, of course you want to see this 27-pound carp, don't you? Let's roll the footage, guys. Hi guys, so I know it's probably going to look wonky, I'm sure I'll straighten it up. So my very first fish of 2025, and it is going to be a winter carp. My hands are absolutely frozen, guys. So it is a beautiful 27-pound mirror off the middle rod, which is a white pop-up, and again, I've got to say it's all thanks to the Fusion by Stealth Cam UK. Allowed me to find a good spot and get this beauty. So let's get her up for you. She's going to be cold. Excuse me, guys. There you go, guys. Look at that. Absolute beauty. Absolute beauty, guys. So happy with that. 27 pound. She's behaving at the minute, which is good. Well, as you can see, absolute beauty, and I can tell you guys, my first fish of 2025 after a very dry spell, and it felt fantastic to have that bend in the rod again, and it was not without issues, guys. Actually, let me show you a little clip here where the back lead and weed all got caught in the tip. I couldn't bring the line in anymore. I had to kind of chuck the rod behind me, hand reel it in. It had some drama to it. So alright guys, so first fish of 2025 for me, and it did not go without a bit of a struggle. I'm using back legs and it got dragged through the weed, caught in my tip, and I had to chuck the rod behind me, hand line it in, and we've got a little beauty in the net down there. Happy days. JVA Carpy Adventures, and the Fusion does it again. You know, for me, that's a really good capture. I really am so pleased about it, guys. You can probably tell, but I am proper pleased. If you know, for me more so, sorry guys, it's freezing out there. For me more so, because obviously I do vlogs, there is that added pressure of you kind of want to catch. So when you've had a dry spell like I have, it's hard, guys. It's really hard, you know. But very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. So no doubt I'm not going to be able to get off to sleep for quite a while now because I'm going to be buzzing. But it's all worth it, isn't it? You know, lugging the gear around to the furthest swim from the bit from parking and setting up and getting them out and then just leaving them there, guys. If you're happy with the spots, just leave them there, which is what I did. And fingers crossed you're rewarded. Those carp gods were kind to me. So I think I might even make myself a hot drink, unwind a little, see if I can get the pictures of this new action cam, because I haven't done that yet. So see if I can get the pictures off of that. And yeah, happy days, guys. Thanks for watching. Also, is it a win? I mean, it's obviously everything was frozen when I went out, and that's another thing actually. So I haven't had a fish in ages, guys, and you kind of lose track when you're catching fish regularly and you get, you know, bite in the night. You're an autopilot, you do it without thinking, and it's easy. Tonight I was having to think about what I was doing, what I was going to do first, blah 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 blah. You know, I hadn't put the tripod out, the weighing tripod out, so I had to pull that out. Then obviously pull the sling out, wet the sling, zero the scales. You know, there's all things that there's a sequence of events, get lighting sorting out. And then by the time I went back to the net, I like to unhook the fish in the water before taking it out, and the net had frozen to the bank. Like they've got wooden edging, if you like, here, and where I'd obviously just, you know, pulled it in, set it down, it literally frozen to the bank. I had to literally yank it off the bank. It was so cold. So sorry guys, surely that is a winter carp. We're in winter time, things are frozen over, not snow, but surely that's a winter carp. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Right, I'm gonna go get sorted. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. If everything's frozen over like it is it a winter carp? Let me know in your comments below. I think it is, but you let me know. Alright guys, so my first one of 2025 released back into the water, and she's gonna take her time before she goes away. Happy days, £27, beautiful mirror for me, guys. Slowly going off. Morning all. So about 7:30 Sunday morning. The sun's beginning to come up, looks lovely. Got a beautiful view of all the water in front of me. And obviously, as you would have seen last night, I had my first winter carp of 2025, so really chuffed with that, guys. Lovely £27 mirror, and totally lifted my spirits, guys. I've got to be honest, my last, I think probably about 4 or 5 visits, I've not had a single fish. So it's been pretty hard going, and I know it's been hard up and down the country, but you know, my household's not been producing for me as much lately, so it's been hard going, I've got to be honest. So very pleased to get here at Farlows, and obviously using the Fusion winch cam by Stealth Cam UK has helped me basically pick 3 spots just off the weed on each of them, and the middle rod went off. So absolutely happy days on that one, guys. I've got to say, really relieved. Decided to make myself a nice coffee last night as a bit of a celebratory drink, and used all the milk stupidly. I thought I had a second one in there. Go to make a coffee this morning and realised I didn't. Oh well. Had my porridge instead to warm me up.
So I'm not going to stay long into today, guys. I'm going to try and be off by 10 o'clock, so probably within the next hour for sure I will slowly start packing up. I got my stuff over here with 2 trips yesterday, so it'll be 2 trips back, and that's it really. I mean, it is looking lovely here, and obviously I know they don't chase you out of Farlows, but I only bought a 24-hour ticket, and I started yesterday probably around 7:30. I think Rod's in by about 9:30, so I want to try and make sure I'm off by about 9:30 today, guys. So thank you for watching so far. I will give you an update just before I leave, but I think I'll swing the camera around to show you exactly how beautiful it's looking out there, because it's quite nice, guys. It's not a bad place to wake up, even though it is cold. And I will tell you, last night it was like -2 degrees, and obviously when you've got to put your hand in to take the rig out and all that in the water when it's in the net, oh my god, I did not think my hands were going to warm up for a week. It was so cold, and then when you're holding the fish it's cold, but I think when you put your hands into the water, I obviously like to take the rig out and all before I take it out of the net, basically. So whilst it's in the water, before I lift it up, I like to get rid of the rig. So yeah, oh my god, it was cold. Anyway, look, I'm going to swing it round, let you have a look at this beautiful view that I can see, and I'm going to slowly start packing up from about 8 o'clock, I think. I mean, if that's just not picturesque, guys, I don't know what is. It looks absolutely beautiful. Alright guys, well, it's come to about that time when I'm going to start doing my pack down. As I can show you behind me, it is looking absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. But it is time for me to go. So I only bought a 24-hour ticket. So it's gone 8 o'clock. I'm going to start packing down, try and be off by 10 o'clock. So firstly, thank you very much for watching my vlogs. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all the comments you leave me on YouTube and the other methods you get in touch with me. I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. Hopefully this year I can bring you another load of good vlogs, including a France trip, which I'm planning at the moment, various other well-named establishments throughout the country, and of course the Mousehole Diaries. So if you're new to my channel and you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for, guys? Come on, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to my channel, and I post every single week on a Friday at 6:30. So if you've enjoyed this vlog, which has included my first fish of 2025, give it the old thumbs up, guys, appreciate it. And if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. So as always, with a beautiful view in the background, it only leaves me to say, stay safe, stay fishing. I'll see you on the next vlog.